What is up, YouTube? This is Chris, I'm Professional Dad, and I'm back with another knife video. Today, I'm going to be reviewing a few more of the knives that we actually gave away on the January 3rd live stream. Yesterday, we reviewed 3 of the knives that we gave away during that live stream, and today I'm going to review a couple more. Before we do that, though, I want to welcome anybody that's stopping by my channel for the very first time. If you've just stumbled across my video, if you just saw me in your feed for the first time and you're checking me out, I want to say welcome. Thank you. I appreciate your time. Hopefully you like what you see, because we talk about knives and EDC almost every single day. Now, because you are new, I want to go ahead and inform you. I want to tell you about this big contest that we got going on right now. On March the 3rd of 2025, we're going to be going live at a live stream where we're going to be giving away a $200 budget to use to purchase knives or EDC of the winner's choice. They can use that budget at Blade HQ, Knife Center, Smoky Mountain Knife Works. I think they're called White River Knives or White Mountain Knives or whatever. Any place like that, as long as it's a knife and EDC specialty retailer, not like Walmart or Target or box chain stores. Now, that $200 budget giveaway is my way of saying thank you to the entire community for all their kind words and support. If you're wondering what you have to do to be involved in that giveaway, it's real simple. On my channel, I have a video titled Huge Knife Budget Giveaway. And all you have to do is find that video and leave one comment. That's it. Nothing else. That's the parameters. You do that, and on March the 3rd, when we go live, we will use a random generator that will pick one comment off of that video, and that person wins the $200 budget. Now, we're all excited about this, but on March the 3rd, we will also give a few other things away as well. We'll give a few knives, and I've got something else for the people that are in the live stream as well. But that is that's going to be a big deal. We're excited. I just gave away a $200 budget on January the 3rd along with 9 other knives, and we had a really good time doing it. So we're looking forward to March the 3rd. If you watch me at all, you'll find out that I get tongue-tied an awful lot. I can't talk for 2 minutes without getting twisted up and turned and tangled and everything else, but you'll get used to that. I know I have. But I didn't even require that the person or the people that leave comments subscribe to my channel. And since I did not leave that as a requirement in the original video, I'm not asking that as a requirement now. But I would appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, if you do like what you see, that you do subscribe to my channel. No requirements, no hard feelings if you don't, but if you do, please subscribe. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get to these knives. Now, Dwayne messaged me today. Dwayne was one of the 9 winners, and actually 10, because Dero actually had that mess up, so I'm sending him one as well. But Dwayne messaged me and said, "Hey, I hadn't got back to you yet. Please go ahead and review my knife as well. I'd love to see it." So, thank you, Dwayne. You're a rock star, and this is your Kershaw Brookside. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm not familiar with the Brookside. I didn't have any knowledge of the Brookside. I knew of some of the Kershaws that we've run across so far, but the Brookside is a budget knife of Kershaws that I'm not familiar with. I will tell you this, it's a pretty sweet budget knife. I'm actually really, really impressed with it. Look at that shape. Look at the profile, the reverse tanto blade. It's nice. It's a larger knife that fits in my hand really well, and you guys know I've got larger hands. There's even overhang there, so my fingers aren't fighting over space. Another thing, you guys know I love the jimping, and look at that jimping right there. It's got excellent jimping on top of the blade, a good grip, and that's good jimping. That's not that micro jimping. You can feel this jimping right here. There's also a little ridge right there at that jimping, like almost a hill, so that you actually have a reference point for your thumb. It's actually quite nice. It feels really good. Feels good in the hand, a good fit. There's no hot spots, maybe a little bit right there with that pocket clip. But all you have to do is just slightly modify your grip and it goes right away. And I'm also holding it with my left hand, and this is designed to be held with the right hand. So that will go away. It is a right-handed tip-up only knife. Actually, I'm sorry, this is tip down. I said tip up. This is a right-handed tip down knife. Now, you cannot change this. It is not ambidextrous. It is a liner lock. It is spring assisted. It's got a really good little thumb flipper there. Great action. Obviously, it's spring loaded, spring assisted. FRN handles that are textured. All in all, just a really nice knife. A really good little budget knife. It feels great. It's got a hollow grind, so this is a slicer. I really like that Tonto tip. Obviously, it's a, I guess, stone washed blade. You know, it's not really blacked out. It's stone washed, but it's nice. Steel liners, the entire handle. I mean, just all in all, it's a pretty solid little budget knife. Now, I know some people do not like a tip down knife. I've never really understood the, I know that is a big argument, not an argument, but a big, it's just a big issue. People either are tip up or tip down, and usually they're always tip up. But I've never understood what the debate was or anything. I've never understood. If you could leave a comment for me and explain to me the difference in why tip up is so important, I would love to know, because I don't care either way, tip up or tip down, but I do know that it's an issue. But great action. It's now yesterday we showed a knife, and that action, that spring, man, that thing was tight. It had some force. This is just right. It's not too much. It's not too little. It's just right. It jumps into place. You don't have to fight and push really hard to push it back into closed position. I mean, this is a nice little knife. Now, again, this is 8CR blade steel. Now, I want to do a caveat for this 8CR, okay? Because I say some things, and yesterday it was pointed out to me, and Knife Addict, you're 100% right. I do not dispute that. 8CR is not the optimal knife steel. You do not want 8CR once you have advanced in collecting, once you're a more than a novice knife enthusiast. You've progressed, you've learned the different steels, you've learned to handle materials, you're familiar with knives. 8CR is definitely an entry-level blade steel. Once you move past that, you obviously want nicer blade steels. You want the 154s. You want the M390s. Even the, like you said, the 9CRs, 10CRs, at least that. But here's the deal. There are a lot of lower end budget knives that have 8CR blade steel. That's just, not liking 8CR is not going to change the fact that that knife has 8CR steel. It's not going to change it. I can dislike 8CR all I want, but this knife still has 8CR blade steel. All I'm saying is this. Number one, 8CR is a really good blade steel for newer people that are new to knives, because it's easier to sharpen. It will still cut anything that anything else will cut. It will cut it. Will you have to sharpen it a lot more? Absolutely, a lot more. But that's actually a good thing when you're brand new to knives, because you need the practice sharpening. And 8CR is an easier blade steel to sharpen, just like AUS 8. It's a budget level, entry level steel, but it's easier to sharpen. That is my take on it. I don't want to disparage this steel, because it is on a lot of budget steels, and because some people only have that. So I try to look at it from that positive aspect. And that's all it is. I'm not trying to say that 8CR is this great steel and you are perfect, like you don't need nothing else. When you progress, you obviously want to take those steps up the rungs on the ladder. I have MagnaCut, M390, the 154s, the RPM 9s. I have all that. The crew wear, the Maximet, the LMAX. You want all that stuff, obviously. But when you are new to knives, if you can only afford budget level knives in this price range, then you are living in that 8CR area. It's just the way that it is. So I want to take the most positive spin that I can and look at the bright side and the positive aspects of 8CR. Is it the steel that's optimal? Absolutely not. Not even close. And when you do move past budget level knives or entry level knives, you will quickly want something other than 8CR. But when you are in this area, because of budget and affordability, you know, your fixed incomes or whatever else. So these are the knives that you can afford, and these are the knives that you have. I want you to understand the positive aspects of this knife and the positive aspects of 8CR. And I want you to understand that 8CR is a blade steel that will cut anything that anything else will cut. You will have to sharpen it a lot more, and I say that all the time. You will have to sharpen it more. But you should still have pride in your knives, whether they're $20 knives with 8CR or whether they're $500 knives with MagnaCut. You should have pride of ownership. You should take care of them. You should use them with pride and integrity. And you should appreciate what you have, no matter what it is. That's my take on it. That's the only take that I have on it. And if I have ever made it sound like this is just as good as MagnaCut, then I apologize, because that's never been my intention. My intention is 100% to say, if you have this, then have pride in it, because it will still cut. Do the work, take care of it, maintain it a lot, sharpen it, stuff like that, and take care of it. And it will cut for you, and it'll do the job. That's my take on it. All right, so I'm going to move past that. I'll say it same exact way. Sharpen it. You'll have to sharpen it a lot, but that's what it is. I'm not the guy, and I've never been the guy. When I was in school, and if I had on a pair of Nikes, and the kid next to me had on a pair of, I don't want to say any name brands or anything, because somebody might have those, and I don't want to sound like I'm disparaging them. But if they had, cheaper, inexpensive shoes, I was not the guy that was going to be. I was trying to tell him how cool his shoes was. Man, those are really cool shoes, man. Those are sweet. That's the aspect and the spin that I always try to take on it. I'm not trying to be disingenuous. I'm not trying to be fake. I'm just trying to, have everybody understand that what they have is what they have. So be proud of what you have. I'll get off my soapbox. This is 8CR. This is a hollow grind. It is hollow grinds are extremely good slicers. Now you guys will be proud of me, because I actually prepared for once. Every time I intend to bring paper, I used to never do it. People wanted it and kept saying it's paper. So I started talking about bringing paper, and I deal with my kids right up to hitting film, and then I have to stop 10 times and start over because I have to keep telling them to tone it down, stuff like that. And I forget the paper every time. Today I brought paper, but here we go. This is a brand new. Now I have not done anything to this blade yet. I opened it. It did snag right there. It's got it's got a snag right there. All right. Now Dwayne, don't worry. Just like yesterday, this has got some snags in it. I will definitely strop this up, and I'll have it good to go for you. I will have it good to go for you. Let me go ahead and, it definitely needs to be sharpened. If you hit it just right, it's got a good, it's got some sharp spots on it, but it definitely needs to be touched up. You can actually feel it. And what I think that is probably where it was in that bubble wrap. And I hate to say that bubble wrap would have done that to this plastic, but that bubble wrap, you know, pulling it on that and taking it out, and probably bent that edge over a little bit. So I'll strop this up really good for you. I'll have that edge really nice, razor sharp for you when it gets to you. Don't worry, I'll have this sucker smooth and ready to go. Be careful when you pull it out of the box, because it will be razor sharp. But all in all, I'm telling you, I like the shape of it. I like the design of it. I like the feel in the handle. I like the look. I like the colors. I mean, it looks good. I really like the profile. I like the profile. This is reminding me of another knife, and I cannot put my finger on it. If you guys can tell me what knife this actually looks like, the profile of it, because I can't think of what it is. But I think I have a knife that is similar to this. I can't put my finger on which one it is. But I like this. It's the Kershaw Brookside. Now, let me see what these things run. These things are actually a pretty good knife. All right, these things are retailing for $39.95 at Blade HQ. They have them on sale right now for under $25. So, you know, you could get this tax with tax for $25. I mean, so that's a good knife right there. That's a nice knife. I think you'll be happy with it, Dwayne. Especially once I put that to a belt, it'll be nice. Okay, now the next knife, Ryan. Watch the back. This is your knife. It is the squid. And I like this squid. I like this squid a lot. Now, I've got a squid. You guys know squids are great. This right here retails for $39.99, and it is on sale right now for $27.95 at Blade HQ. You know what? Hold on just for a second. I did this same thing yesterday. Really quick, just so you know, Dwayne, overall length on this Brookside is 7.75 inches. The blade is 3.25 inches long, so it is over the 3-inch mark. Know that. It is right-handed tip up only, spring assisted. Let me see. Where's the weight? Doesn't even show the weight on here. Doesn't show the weight. So I'm not exactly sure the weight on this, but I will tell you this. I would say it's probably 3.5 ounces. So it's not very heavy at all. It actually is pretty good. Maybe close to 4. So it's not heavy. It's a good one. This squid is way heavier than this, but this is a steel one. All right, now this squid right here is a Lucas Brumley design, and the reason it's called a squid, if you'll look at it, it looks like a squid's body. Actually, that's upside down. It looks like a squid's body. Imagine tentacles hanging down right here. It looks like a squid. That's why these are called the squids. Now, this one actually has the holes cut in it for the look and for reduced weight. But this is a really nice stone washed. The entire thing, handle and blade, is stone washed. It's got dual thumb studs. It is a frame lock. And let's see, it is right-handed only, and it's not deep carry pocket clip, but it's close. It is close, but it's not a deep carry pocket clip. This is a really nice 5th pocket knife. This is a really nice 5th pocket knife. I love my squid. Love my squid. Now, this is not a knife that you're going to be able to and just whip it into place. This is you've actually got to do intentional movement there to open it. So it doesn't have the same springiness and fidgetiness that a lot of knives will, but this isn't that type of knife. It has really good jimping right there on top. So it feels good. Dual thumb studs, like I said. All in all, if you know anything about squids are really nice knives by CRKT. Another knife with a hollow grind. Now the geometry of this is a little bit different than other knives. So this is a cutter, not so much a slicer. But good little knife there. This is a really good little pocket knife. Now it is 5.75 inches overall length with a 2.25 inch blade. So this is a sub 3-inch blade. So this works in a lot of places where you can't have a 3-inch blade. It's a stainless steel handle. This is called spear point. So it's got a spear point blade, hollow grind, listen at me. Let's see, 3.4 ounces is the weight, daggone. So yeah, this is about 3 ounces. Okay, 3 ounces on that knife. Yeah, dual thumb studs, Lucas Brumley, made in China. All in all, just if you know anything about squids, they're fantastic knives. They really are. Squids are a solid seller for CRKT. They sell a ton of them. They do really well. Like I said, I've got one over there. I love it. It's a cool little knife. It looks a little bit different than this one. I mean, overall, the shape and the design and everything's pretty much the same. Just looks a little bit different, but a good little spear point knife. Now let's see what the edge on this thing is. Another one. Boy, we're not having luck with these knives today. We're not having luck with these. It's not so bad. It's definitely got that spot right there where it's catching. It's definitely catching. Again, don't worry, Ryan. I'm going to have this thing razor sharp for you when it gets there to you. It will be ready to go. I really hope you like this because this is a great knife. It really is. I love the squid. The squid is a popular knife for a reason. It's solid, steel handle. I mean, just a great knife. Just a great knife. And the last one that I want to go over is this Buck Bantam right here. Now this is the BBW. Now the Buck Bantam has the BHW, the BLW, the BBW. So they have there's several different ones. And I'm going to be perfectly honest, I have no idea what that is. The BBW, the BLW, BHW. I'm not really sure. If you know, could you please leave a comment in the comment section and let us know exactly what that stands for? Because I do not know, and I don't want to act like I do because I have no clue. Now, this is the Mossy Oak camo, which is cool. If you have somebody that's like a hunter or somebody like that. Now, let me see. Who is the Shadow Fury? Shadow Fury got this now. They messaged me, emailed me and stuff. So I lost my train of thought there. Yeah, this is a really nice knife. Mossy Oak. This is a great knife for like a hunter, a fisherman. It's a lockback design. Sweet little knife. Now it's got that that real light feeling, like a Deca or a Bug Out. So it's super light. That real what is this FRN? Yeah, GFN, glass filled nylon or whatever they call it. Good little knife. Dual thumb studs, 6.37 inches overall length, 2.75 inch blade. It's 420 stainless steel. Another stainless steel. Buck makes these. Now this is an American made knife. This is made in the USA. So here's the thing about 420 with Buck. Buck does know their 420. They do an amazing job. No company gets out of 420 what Buck can. Now, some people have told me that that's only their American-made knives. Their ones that are made overseas are not the same integrity in their heat treat. I don't know that for sure, but the people that said that sounded like they knew what they're talking about, and they've said other things before that's turned out to be true, so I have no reason to doubt that. But I do know that the American-made, and they even confirmed that, the American-made Bucks, the heat treat is phenomenal. So they get a lot out of the 420. I wish that Buck would join the 21st century, and the other knife manufacturers, they do have options where you can get those premium steels and stuff. I wish that they would just across the board take a step up. I think that they would sell a lot more knives and stuff like that. They already have such a loyal fan base, and people that love Bucks are just, they're like Case. People that buy Case buy Case. People that buy Buck buy Buck. So they're going to keep their fan base. I think that across the board, they would just sell more to more knife enthusiasts if they would change their knife steels. But that's my opinion. I could be way wrong. It might be just fine for them, and they're doing well enough, and they don't need to change it. Who am I to say? But it's 420. They do a great job with this heat treat. It's a drop point blade, another hollow grind, satin finish. The weight on this is 1.5 ounces. So that is light. That's even lighter than a bug out, which of course it's a smaller knife than a bug out. USA made, the Bantam BBW. So, I mean, I like it. I like it a lot. I don't like the light knives, but I like this shape. I like the look of it. I do wish that it had like steel or aluminum handles. I would like this knife far more if it did, but I like the look of this. I really like the look of this blade with that swedge right there. That's a good looking blade. I love the fact that it's American made, made in the USA. I love that. I mean, you got to support, American manufacturing all the way. Good spot right there for a lanyard clip. Just all the way around. Man, this is a nice little knife. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This does not fit my hands even close. Like, this is a 3-finger at best. Like, look at that. There ain't even no 3.5 finger. This is a 3-finger at best. So even if I try to change my grip on this, there is no 4-finger, 3.5 finger. This is a 3-finger at best. And when I turn my grip to actually hold it like this, it becomes almost a 2.5-finger grip. So it is very, very small for my hands. Very small. So know that about the Buck Bantam BBW. It is extremely small for big hands. But for a knife that you can just jerk out and whittle with, or carry in your pocket if you're like an electrician or something and you're cutting tape all day long or cutting wires or something like that, or if you're a hunter and you're going out and you need to cut line or tags or something like that. Just a good little knife you could jerk out and do whatever you need to do. It's light, so it's not going to weigh you down. So there's positives to this knife. I'm not a big fan of the light knives, and I definitely am not a big fan of the smaller knives, but I am a fan of Buck, and I do like the shape of this blade a lot. I also like the look of it, that satin finish. Now let's find out what this thing is. Now this does feel like it's got a pretty good edge. I'll be shocked if this one hangs up like the other ones do. Yeah, I could tell that that wasn't going to be no problem here. This felt like it had a good edge to it. This is a razor blade. Yeah, that's a razor blade. You could tell that's got a good edge to it. That's Buck and their heat treat right there. That really is. It's a great knife. I think you're going to like it, Shadow Fury. I think you're going to like it a lot. I hope that you like it a lot. And if you don't, pay it forward. Maybe you know somebody that you can give it to that doesn't have a knife, that would like to become a knife person. Pay it forward, share the love, spread it around. If it's not a knife that you like, send it back and I'll find a home for it. Whatever you want to do. But this is your knife and I'm going to get it out to you. It's a great knife. It's a Buck knife and it is razor blade sharp. And it's mossy oak. Anybody that's a hunter loves some mossy oak. So there you go. Good lockback design. That's one of the things about that is, man, it's just hard to beat a lockback for safety purposes. That is just one of the best, safety-wise, just one of the best daggone locks there are, is a lockback. Because And man, that is satisfying too. Clicking that into place, just satisfying. All right, guys. So that's the 3 knives. So I've reviewed the knives that were given away. I'm sending them out to you guys. As soon as this weather's over, they'll be in the mail on the way. I've got knives coming in. I can't wait to review some that I've got coming. Don't forget, huge knife giveaway. Leave a comment. Make sure you're in that contest. I can't wait for that. March the 3rd. We're going to have a good time, guys. I will see you all the next time. It's been fun. It's been a great time. And like always, a sharp knife equals a happy life. I'm the Unprofessional Dad, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.